down to the Marquis de Sade. This is Super Bowl trivia on Mad Dog Sports Radio.
Jake from New York trying to catch the Marquis in a mistake, and as usual, Jake was wrong and the Marquis was correct. We have double-checked it. I'm not going to review the question again because it's not worth my aggravation, but nobody ever, how the question was phrased, nobody ever questioned the Marquis. Please, that's not fair. Here's Kevin in Nashville, Tennessee, and he's with us here. Kev, good afternoon. How are you today, okay?
How's it going, dog?
All right, Kev, let's give you a little audio here to get you started. Number 2.
All right.
This was a guy that deserved to win the big one, and when he finally won the big one, it was really an exciting thing for all of us, and we're very proud. And actually, that was the last game that those Dolphins lost. They ran the table, and that was the first undefeated team after that. So we were the last team to beat them in that Super Bowl.
All right, who is that?
I'm going to guess that's Ditka.
That is correct. Good job, Kev. Good start. Yes, it is Mike Ditka talking about Dallas
Tom Landry
beating Miami. Now, remember, Ditka is associated with the Bears, but he played for the Cowboys later in his career, and he was in that Super Bowl game against the Dolphins. All right, there are 4 active franchises that have never appeared in a Super Bowl. Okay? 4 active franchises that have never been in a Super Bowl game. Who are they?
You've got the Browns.
1.
You've got Detroit.
That's 2.
You've got Jacksonville.
3.
Houston Texans.
There you go. Nice job. That's not an easy question. Kevin in Nashville, in a non-NFL town, an opportunity here to make a little noise and put himself in discussion for a number 4. All right. The last 3 different starting quarterbacks to lose Super Bowls and play collegiately in the SEC. So the last 3 starting quarterbacks, all different, who lost the game, but they played in the SEC. Who are they?
Cam.
1, Cam Newton at Auburn.
Yep. Oh, let me think. SEC. No. I'm going to go Peyton Manning.
He played at Tennessee, lost to Seattle. Who's the other one?
Oh, God. SEC. I'm trying to think. Rex Grossman.
Yeah, very, very good.
Ooh.
Oh, Kevin's a player here, too. So we get Kevin now right out of the gate. Those are 2 hard ones that he nailed. All right, Kevin, Nashville, have you played the contest before?
I played last year, and I got to question 4, and I missed the Tim Dwight one.
Okay, so you know what this is all about. In Nashville, you don't call on a regular basis, so you pick your poison and you dial in and try to stump me. So you do a nice job. All right, here you go, Kev. You get this. You go to, I don't know, who do you root for in Nashville? You root for the Titans, right? I'm assuming.
No, I'm a transplant. I'm a Cowboys fan.
A Cowboys fan in Nashville. All right, here you go. Now listen up. See if you get it right.
All right.
Every team's different. Every year's different. I think a lot of people would say that the Hail Mary, that was kind of a fluky deal, but, we had a better team, I think, is what it boils down to, and a team that was experienced in the playoffs and used to it, and, we just had more talent.
Who is that, Kev?
Ugh. You play it one more time.
Yeah, one more time for him.
Every team's different. Every year's different. I think a lot of people would say that the Hail Mary, that was kind of a fluky deal, but, we had a better team, I think, is what it boils down to, and a team that was experienced in the playoffs and used to it, and, we just had more talent.
Who is that?
Oh, God. I have a feeling I got the clues down. I'm going to say... Drew Pearson.
Nah, incorrect. Okay. It's been the contest has been fun today. We've had some drama to it. The contest is fun. And Bill, under the advisement of Binkow, decided to flip him there. I was not in favor of it, but he decided to flip him. I think he's a little nervous about the first one. Anyway, make a long story short, we're a little warmer these fans are getting hot. They're concentrating, which is I like to see. Ron in Orlando, Florida, and he says hello, and he joins us here on Marquis with the trivia. Hello there, Ronnie. How are you today, pal? Okay?
I'm doing pretty good, doggy. How about you?
All right, Ron. Good luck now. Let's see if you get off to a decent start. I'd like to see you win. Let's see. Let's give you something that might... here's one that's not terrible. Name the two teams that won Super Bowls in Michigan.
One would be the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Beat Seattle.
And the other one would be in Michigan. Pittsburgh and San Francisco?
That is correct. Boy, that's a hard number one, and Ron came through. That's a good answer. Wow. Nice job.
Boy. Close call, doggy. Close call.
Yeah, it counts. I don't care, close or not close. It counted. The only quarterback to start in 4 or more Super Bowls, but never in consecutive games. Only quarterback who started in 4 or more, but never back-to-back.
Tom Brady.
No, he has gone back-to-back. Brady, wait, you know what, Bill? Should we double-check that?
Super Bowl 38 and 39.
He did Super Bowl 38-39. That was oh, that's right. Eagles and Panthers. Good job. He did. I forgot that. He started against the Rams and the Panthers and the Eagles in back-to-back Super Bowl 38-39. The question is, who has played in 4 or more and did not ever play in a back-to-back? We thought Brady could have been the extra person there, but he wasn't. So Bill wins. Bill's done a nice job today. Jimmy in South Dakota, and he's with us here on Mad Dog Trivia. Billy, good afternoon. How are you today? Jimmy, good afternoon. How are you today, pal? Okay?
Hey, good, my dog. How you doing today?
All right, Jimmy, it's nice to have you with us out there in South Dakota. Name the last AFC North team to win a Super Bowl.
Green Bay Packers. Oh, hey, excuse me. AFC North?
Yes.
AFC North.
We'll let him get away with that. Because he got the division wrong. If he picked a different team, I wouldn't have, but he got the division wrong. Go ahead.
Steelers.
No, that is incorrect. Boy, that is that has nailed people. I am shocked by that. Here is Scott in Cleveland, Ohio. Scotty, good afternoon. How are you today, Scott?
How we doing, Mad Dog?
Not bad, Scotty. How you doing? Okay, you feeling good?
I'm good. I'm doing good.
All right. What Cowboy sacked Bob Greasy for an NFL record 29-yard loss? First quarter, Super Bowl VI.
That would be Larry Longballs.
No, it would not be Larry Long. There's a guy who wants to hear his voice, and he embarrassed himself, and he says goodbye. George in Pennsylvania says hello. George, welcome. How are you today, pal? Okay?
Good, doggy. How are you?
All right there, George. We're doing good. You doing okay? You in? Who's your favorite team?
Steelers. And Monica from Allentown says hello.
Oh, Monica. All right. We love Monica. You know that. The only two franchises that are 1-1 in their 2 Super Bowl appearances.
They're 1-1.
Yep. 1 up, 1 down. Been there twice.
Seattle Seahawks?
No, that is not correct. They have been in the Super Bowl 3 times. We said twice. So that's not Seattle, so out he goes. Richard in Massachusetts played yesterday. Richard, welcome. How are you today?
Doggy, what's up? I didn't play yesterday.
Oh, you didn't play yet? Oh, Richard, okay, you did not play yesterday, so this is your first opportunity. And you know what? Let's do something different. You're gonna make it after all. I think this is a brilliant little thing that we came up with, I have to admit. Bill didn't like it the first day, but Bill has warmed up to it. Do you not, Bill? It's something different. All right, what show, Richard, you ready for MTM?
Yep. Hang on one second. Yep.
What show? Yep. What show immediately followed the Mary Tyler Moore Show for most of its run on prime time?
I'm going to say the Brady bunch. I have no idea.
No. Dude, folks, I'm not asking you anything that's that difficult, all right? I mean, this is an iconic show. It's one of the great shows in the history of television. We have discussed this for a year. We have played the song for a year. We're going to do a Mary Tyler Moore guest on Monday. We have spent a lot of time, even Eddie said, we have spent a ton of time on Mary Tyler Moore. She grew up in Brooklyn. She passed away at in Greenwich. So, and she's was a huge Mike and the Mad Dog fan. Can you imagine that? So as a result, she is going to be a featured player posthumously on this program. And that's just the way it is. If you don't like it, learn it. Bobby in Long Island, and he says hello. Robert, good afternoon. How are you today, pal? Okay?
Doggy, how we doing? I'm doing good, and I have not talked to Tori at all today.
Oh, you okay? There you go. So there's a guy at least admits it out of the gate. Hey, 2 networks broadcast Super Bowl I. 2 networks broadcast the first Super Bowl. What were they?
CBS, NBC.
That's correct. Those 2 did the first 2 Super Bowls. 2 Super Bowl winning head coaches were also there, Robert. Offensive coordinators with the Giants. 2 Super Bowl winning coaches were also offensive coordinators with the Giants.
Well, Belichick is one. No, Belichick's defense.
Offense.
Yep. Super Bowl winning coaches?
Correct. 5.
You got me on that one.
All right, that's not that hard, but there you go. Todd in West Virginia says hello. Todd, welcome. It's your turn. How are you today, pal? Okay.
Good. How you doing?
All right, Todd. I'm hanging in there pretty good. Let's play a cut for you, and let's give you a highlight. We haven't done that in a long time. Let's do 102. You got to listen to the highlight and tell me what it is. 102. 102.
Russell is taking his time. 2nd down and goal from the 1. Lynch in the backfield. Russell looks, throws inside. Oh, my God, it's picked off at the goal line. It's picked off by intended for Lockett at the goal line. Oh, my word, with 20 seconds left.
Who's the player there?
Malcolm Butler.
There you go. Okay, I like that cut. That's a good cut. He's so upset the Seattle broadcast. I don't know who it is, but it's a good cut. Nice job from that standpoint. Name the last Super Bowl that featured both starting quarterbacks that played collegiately in the SEC.
Both were SEC quarterbacks.
SEC quarterbacks. The last Super Bowl in which both starting QBs played in the SEC.
I believe that would be my Chicago Bears versus the Colts.
That is incorrect. It's a good try, but that is not accurate, unfortunately. Dave in New York, he says hello. Dave, welcome. How are you today, pal, okay?
I'm well, Chris. How are you?
All right, Dave, let's go off to a decent start. Will you please be nice? Can we do that?
Right.
All right.
Yep.
Which Redskin running back ran the ball 22 times, 204 yards, 2 touctouchdowns? Super Bowl 22. Timmy Smith is correct.
Smith.
There's a guy who knows what's
your son's namesake.
Yes, Timmy, who's not going to run for 204 yards at a Super Bowl. I guarantee you that. nice job. Hey, in Super Bowl 51, what Patriot sacked Matt Ryan, causing a key fumble fourth quarter?
Hightower.
Dante Hightower. That is correct. I think that's pretty easy, and I gave you that as a 2 to be nice. So, Dave, that means I got to be tricky with a 3. You would agree that's an easy 2. Would you agree?
Yeah, you've asked it several times. It's not easy. I'm a Giants fan, so I'm thinking of Rob Ninkovich getting all those sacks back 6 years ago, but the Giants are not in the game this year, so got to use your noodle, Chris.
All right, I asked you this yesterday, and nobody got it right. When John Gruden was traded to the Buccaneers from the Raiders in 2002, how much cash did the Raiders receive?
A little bit more than you make this year, Dog. $8 million.
$8 million. Did you know that before I asked it yesterday?
You know, I remember you going after him with Ira a couple weeks ago, and for some reason I thought 800,000 when you talked about it. Then I went and double-checked and got the $8 million.
Wow, look at this. Dave in New York. All right, Dave, let's do it. Are you a refugee, Dave?
No. I'm very loyal to you, Chris.
Oh, you are? All right. What part of the world are you living in? Manhattan? Where do you live?
East 69th Street, Chris.
East 59th Street.
69th.
Oh, 69th. Oh, my God, right around the corner. Not bad. Now, have you been to a Super Bowl before, Dave, or no?
I have twice. Once on my own dime, once on Sirius's dime.
So you've won before?
Yes, I have.
Was it 5 years, Bill? Is that what it is? 5 years? So it was a while ago. You won with us. Wow, you can win again. Dave could be a back-to... When did you win, Dave? What year?
2 years ago. So technically I'm a defending champion because company policy did not allow me to play last year, although I had a wedding to go to the night before the game, so I would not have been able to go.
Well, you said, hold on now, before we give you the fourth, you said 2 years ago?
Yeah, and then I read the rules very clearly. You can't win for 1 year, so I'm good to go.
We will. Is that true, Bill? This is Bill. When you do a contest, you got to make sure. We're gonna double check. Dave, I got to double check that because we thought it was 5.
I remember. I didn't read it this year. I remember reading it last year, and it said 1 year.
1 year. Oh, that's last year. Maybe Tory.
Maybe they changed it, and I didn't bother to look. And Tory might have changed it 5 minutes ago, dog.
I don't know. He didn't change it 5 minutes ago. No, he has nothing against you, Dave. He doesn't mind you winning, but we have to double check to be fair.
No problem.
Because I can't let you win, and then all of a sudden I have a major snafu.
You put me on hold, and then I'll get.
No. We're going to have a nice conversation, you and I.
I'll tell you what. You know how the first question I actually knew, and I'm going to tell you something. The reason I knew that one, and maybe this will give you some insight and stop the conspiracy theories.
Timmy Smith. Yeah, why?
No, not the Timmy Smith, the Terrence Mathis.
The Terrence Smith.
That I think was a little easier than you think because a certain team's playoff disasters were all over television, the franchise history, all the disasters they've had after they won the New Orleans game. So if you were watching ESPN or listening to you last week after they had that Diggs catch, then all the disasters that franchise has had were replayed over and over and over. That's what I think.
Well, I mean, that may or may not be accurate, but you still had to get the voice. How'd you get the voice? How would you know that?
He actually, I went and looked it up last night. It wasn't Chris Chandler. It didn't sound like him. Jamal Anderson had some trouble in his personal life, so I was able to track down some audio on him. And it was not him. And Mathis actually works in NASCAR now. So there were some other interviews of him on YouTube, and the voice matched up.
Wow.
Yep.
Bill got nailed. Jeez, Bill. But, Bill, did you get the confirmation before I let Dave? Legal may have changed the rules to make it 2 years. We'll take a break. We'll get it. Don't go anywhere, Dave. We'll give you a chance. Number 4. We continue here on Mad Dog Unleashed.